think 8 out of the 30 had tried to kill themselves. I mean, this was a highly overseen group that were treated, and the results, 88%, Joe, 88% of those individuals 6 months later had zero, not a little bit better, they had zero symptoms of PTSD. And I talked to Nolan within a few days ago, and it appears that even after a year that these symptoms are gone. I mean, this is stunningly powerful work. And again, I sound like a broken record, but this is the reason that this country needs to put this into place so that we can clinically trial it at various and sundry places across this country, at the VA, at some of our great medical institutions, the private sector. If this is what we think it is, this could be the greatest the greatest medicine brought to mankind in history.
You know, and it takes someone like you. It takes a Republican, straight-laced guy who was a governor. When you're coming out and talking about something like this, that's going to open up a lot of people's eyes.
I had a political consultant when I first started being public about this. A young man, in this case, called me up and he said, hey, Governor, I heard you talking about this plant-based medicine and the use of psychedelics for what are you doing? He said, you're fixing to throw away 40 years of building up a good conservative reputation. He said, you need to be really, really careful with this. What are you doing? And I told him, I said, listen, I get your concern. I understand it. But I said two things. Number one, I have spent a lot of time studying this. I said, I've read, I've talked to people. I've been to Mexico multiple times to observe this and to see it. And I said, I'm convinced of what I've seen is true, and that what I've studied and what I've gone down and really put my arms around. I said, I'm convinced that this data is what it is, and we need to move forward with this. But I said, I'll tell you what's even more important for me.